this job can be 24/7. I think there's a lot of egos, a lot of pressure, and it does become a minefield, and I think that's why a lot of lads can fall out of love with the game. We want a promotion, and we'll do everything we can to achieve that.
And on the playing side, retirement, is it something you've thought about at all?
I can't say I'm one of those lads who had these big dreams and, FA Cup finals in England. My dad, he was the main influence. Said he had a possibility of trials for Stoke City and Port Vale. But as the story goes, his family wasn't into it and they wanted him to get a real job. So he's always been a massive fan. Academically, no, I was not interested. Yeah, I was just more about the getting up, getting out, loads of energy, wanting to be outside, playing with my mates. It was a case of always knowing that I would be going into something in the outdoor physical realms, whether it be personal training or I had a fireman at one point in my head was a possibility, an alternative. And it wasn't until I was 15, 16 until Torquay United started talking to me about scholarships that then actually was like, right, okay, going from the youth team into the reserve team at Torquay United, into the first team, and then I went to Southampton and they were in the Premier League at the time, trained with the first team. You have to learn, because if you don't learn, you end up drifting out. To have a thick skin, I think you have to, because going into a professional environment is very divisive, and I think there's a lot of egos, a lot of pressure. Every step you make, it always is that increase in pressure. As soon as Newcastle were interested, initially the stature of the club was a no-brainer. I was desperate. Newcastle and Portsmouth came in for me, and at the time I think Watford's preference was for me to go to Newcastle, because I think they were financially more stable than Portsmouth. This is when Portsmouth were in the Premier League and Newcastle were in the Championship, but they never put an offer on the table, so I ended up going to Portsmouth. I think the club was in crisis behind the scenes financially, so there's a few kind of issues, and I never ended up making my debut for them. So then a couple of months later, Newcastle ended up coming in for me. I was very eager, and Newcastle came in, which was my dream. My Premier League debut was at Old Trafford. It was Monday Night Football. I can just remember everything kind of like tingling, but that was excitement and I couldn't wait. Newcastle fans are very passionate, and when there's 52,000 and you make a mistake, there's no hiding place. So I quickly become aware that you have to be thick-skinned, and in my kind of take-home was I'm doing the best I can. And I always will do. I'll always give 100%. Ultimately, I ended up playing quite a lot of games, which I'm very proud of.
Last 10!
Morning, boys. Gateshead wasn't on my radar. We had a family decision. We were living down south, and me and my wife sat down, and then we ended up putting it to our older children, and they loved it up here as well. So we really did. That weekend we ended up driving up, staying with Robbie Elliott and Shola. Had an extended weekend, had a little kind of look around the areas, weighed it up, spoke to them guys, bounced it off. And then when we were moving down, we spoke to the kids, they were like all for it, so it was, yeah. And then when I was at Rob's, for a friend of a friend, Steve Harmison, Steve Watson, and he said, would I be interested to go meet Steve for a coffee? And he laid out the objectives and what he was facing. It was a no-brainer. I wanted to be a part of it. I enjoy my football now more than ever, to put that in context. So I'm enjoying walking out at the International Stadium more than I used to, which could be taken out of context. But I used to play 3 games on a weekend, and I used to train pretty much nearly every day, and then when I wasn't training I was down the leisure centre with my mates kicking a ball around. So you do it for free because it's just the love, it's the passion, it's why you get into it. But then ultimately when it becomes your job and you're paid to do it, and then you've got expectations and you've got failures, it does become a minefield. And I think that's why a lot of lads can fall out of love with the game. Where I am now, I love my job. I love every opportunity of going out, playing from 2-touch to possession, to playing in the playoffs. Every single opportunity I get, I thrive on. But I do think you go through a period where it becomes all about the pressure and the next step and about failure, and it becomes a minefield. So yeah, you can lose a bit of the love.
Good, well done. Ski jump left, ski jump right.
This job can be 24/7. I think my wife would have more to say about it than me in terms of time spent watching games at home and being engaged. But no, I thoroughly enjoy that side of it. I'm eager to watch games back and see where we can improve and see areas where we are strong and lads are taking on the information. It can be consuming, but I feel like I've got that. I've got a really good balance. Essentially, I've got a really good team around me. Got Busty and Chris and Louis, with Clarkey and Pat there as well. I see it as a second family really, so we've got really good guys with a lot of experience, and the club's best interests at heart to bounce off, so you know, it's really a privilege.
With us, we haven't got the biggest budget, we haven't got the biggest squad. The only thing that's going to get us where we all need to be is this. It's easy when we're winning, yeah, we've had a good pre-season, people talking doesn't mean shit. That's what's called listening to the noise. When you're down, when something's on your case, that's listening to the noise, that voice in your head that says, you don't do this. And also the noise is when you start fighting during a fight, and we bop it, we play like this, and then we go start to speak up to London to you, bully us, batter us to death. You might think he's I've got 5 years back.
Nah, it's the club Gateshead. It's a big club, it's a big style. Take pride in representing. But let's make our own version of this. Let's make our own brand. If this margin of this football club, let's create our own history for this football club. Be successful, be known as that good players. The bollocks and then play good, entertaining, successful football, which all came from a foundation. Hard work and working hard.
The professionalism now and the fitness and the technical ability, the lads, you know I bang on about it, about mindset and about, you know, how you perceive things. But there's no reason why the majority of these players can go on and have a really good career in the Football League and in the Premier League. Because technically, tactically, physically, they have what it takes. Sometimes it's just that bit of luck or the robustness to keep pushing and keep driving and do what it takes. I've got a lot of lads here who I really care enormously for, and I want them to grow and progress. We want promotion, and we'll do everything we can to achieve that.
So it's so important that we get off to a good start. And the last 2 years, we haven't got off to a good start. It's took us till about November to get going, and then we're always the highest form team in the table. We're still too far off, and we'll just end up scraping the playoffs or getting round the playoffs. If we get off to a good start, then we continue to hit that form. We want to be the touches. So the start this year is so important. Everyone's on board with it together. Yeah, we all do what we can to make sure that come Saturday, Reigniting, we're all at 100%, we're all prepared to go there and get 3 points. Okay, that starts.
Welcome to this afternoon commentary of Gateshead versus Hartlepool United. It should be a fantastic game here this afternoon, and in the background you might just hear a crowd. It's the first time in over 16 months that Gateshead are going to be able to play in front of a home crowd, and it should be a very, very good affair.
Start thinking about the game, start thinking about your jobs. We've got 3 more games left in pre-season. Yeah, So that shirt's to play for as well. All right, make sure you're on that team sheet.
Lovely flick to Ollie, who's bearing down on goal, and well, referee says no foul. Well, if we're going by the letter of the law, tackle from behind. Gordon, Kedwin Scott, who's 1-on-1 with the keeper, can he score? He can! Kedwin Scott scores the equaliser. Lovely bit of pressure from Dan Ward that wins the ball back. It was 2-on-1, and then he just slotted it out to Kedwin Scott, who found the back of the net. Can he get past the goalkeeper? He can. It's 3-1. Campbell chasing him down, gets the interception of the ball. Can he finish it? Ollie makes it 4-1.
Beautiful. And on the playing side, retirement, is it something you've thought about at all?
Nah. Why would I do that? I'm fit, I'm healthy, I still feel, again, I'd like to get to a point where it might be this week, it might be this year, it might be next year, it might be 5 years, get to a point where I generally feel as though I need to step aside, and the lads that are coming in are just too strong, and I can't compete anymore, but at the minute I still feel like there's life in me yet, so I'm doing everything I can to get myself up to those levels. But again, when retirement comes knocking on the door, I think it will be quite a quick turnaround. Once you know, you know, but until then, like I say, I don't know if it will be next week, next year, or in 10 years. I just want to keep going because I'm enjoying every minute of it.